Now, the recorded lesson is, although it's the meat of the course, it's only part of the course. And there's one of the most important parts of the course, in addition to the recorded lesson, is this live session. And this live session will convene once a week at this time for an hour. And the purpose of this live session is for you to interact with me and ask questions on the recorded lesson of that particular week. So this week you listen to recorded lesson number 1, and next week at this time, inshallah, all of you will come with your questions, and I encourage you to ask as many questions as you can related to the recorded lesson. It's important that the questions be related to the subject matter, because this is a course. We have material that we're covering, and I'm sure people have all sorts of questions. But if you have any random question, please email me privately. I'll be more than happy to help you out if I know the answer. Many answers I don't know the answer to. Many questions I don't know the answer to. But if I know the answer, I'll try and help you out as best as I can. But please, I'd like to request that you keep the questions in the live session and on the forums related to the course material. But any question that's related to the course material, please don't hesitate to ask at all, no matter how simple it seems to you. I don't want you to feel afraid of causing any offense whatsoever. Inshallah, hopefully, I often, one of my teachers, I apologized to him once, or I said that I asked so many questions, and please, I hope you'll excuse and everything, and he said that no, that he said something very very nice that I actually wrote down, and he said that there's two kinds of questions. There's one kind of question where the point of the question is not to receive an answer. The point of the question is, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to show you how stupid you are, or I'm going to show you how little you know. This is the attitude of somebody who's not interested in learning. All they want to do is they want to just. This is like this. They just want to. This is in Arabic we call this ta'annut. The English word escapes me right now, but you get the idea. And this is the type of questioning that is blameworthy, and this is the type of questioning that has been blamed in the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the verses of the Quran. But as long as somebody, they want to know. They have this desire to know. Shaykh Hamza Karamali, my teacher, he said mushtahayat. These are things that we have shahwa to know about. And as long as somebody wants to know the answer, and they're asking with an open mind, and they're not asking out of just to pick out faults, then there's no question that you should be ashamed of asking, and you shouldn't feel afraid of causing offense, as long as the question hopefully is politely worded. And inshallah, I'm sure like every Muslim, we have to be polite with everybody, and so as long as the question is politely worded, any question that you have related to the course material, please ask it in the live sessions or on the forums, which I'll talk about shortly as well. And this is also very, very important to your understanding of the course material, because the way that knowledge is acquired is not passively but actively. All of you, there's a course text assigned for this course. You can print it out. Actually, you should print it out and give it a read. And what I'd like you to do at the beginning of the course, this week perhaps, is print out the text and read it from beginning to end. And one of the comments that one of the students made last semester when I taught this course was, they said, "This looks so simple. I don't know why we're learning this. I mean, everybody knows this." But some of you may think the same thing. But at the end of the course, I think that she realized that things aren't as simple as they seem. And so the course, I'd like you to read, maybe right after this lesson, print it out, give it a read, and see see what you get out of it, and then read it again when the course is over. And inshallah, you'll appreciate the importance of active learning. Active learning is when you not only do you have a text, but you have somebody who is explaining the text. And the value of an explainer is that you can ask questions, you can interact, you can say, what if this? Well, I don't quite understand this. What does this mean? Does this imply this? That doesn't seem to make sense to me. And you can ask these questions, you can go back and forth, and the understanding that you get out of that, it's 10 times, 100 times greater and more valuable than the understanding that you get just by reading a book. And so these weekly live sessions, hour-long live sessions, these are really please attend them, and please come with questions. If you don't have questions, feel free to attend and listen to what other people are asking. But really, if you can, at least one question from the related to the lesson, bring it. And the question can either be a point that you don't understand, a point that you'd like more you'd like more elaboration on. Maybe you say, well, this implies this, that doesn't make sense, or I've heard this, and this doesn't make sense to me, and anything like that. So please bring your questions. Now you can ask questions in the live session. You can also ask questions on the forums, on the discussion forums, and that's the value of that. It's a feature of online learning, interesting feature, is that normally if you study with a teacher, if you were to study live, then you have access to that person for the hour a week that you sit with him or her, or however long it is that you sit. But then for the rest of the week, you don't have access to that person. Well, SunniPath, they have access to me 24 hours a day, and they control me, and I'm almost a cyborg, and I'm connected to the computer, and I check my email all the time, and I check the forums, and there's a number of TAs who check the forums too. So basically, you have access to answers that you can get 24 hours a day. So you listen to the lesson, and you are having breakfast, and you're thinking about a point. You say, oh, I wonder what the answer to that is. You can immediately go. You don't have to wait for this live session. Log in to the forum, type your answer, and inshallah it'll either be answered on the forum, or sometimes I might take them in the weekly live session over here. And hopefully I'm going to try and make sure that every single question is answered if I know the answer. If I don't, then hopefully you'll excuse me for that.